Testing. Hello, Silver. Hello, Curio. Hello, hello. Hello, low, low, low. Okay, what do I want to do? I'm not sure. I just do some sketches, I think. Actually, you know what? I should just do Arknight's character sketches and get used to the clothing design for a little bit, because I'm pretty sure eventually I'm gonna go back to drawing Arknight's characters anyways. Why is it not giving me the E2 art? Why am I getting auto-corrected? Nande? Wasn't there like a huge list of Arknight E2 art? Alright, anyways. Yeah, I'm still trying to get set up today. Where's my chat gone? Hello, Silver. It's going, I think. It's fine. It's pretty normal. It's a normal day. A normal weekday. I hope you're doing well. Where is that E2 Arknight's art thing? Wasn't there like a website that had everything on one page? What is Arc Waifu? Arc Waifu is a site which arranges and provides almost all artworks extracted from Arknight. And largest the hours super resolution neural networks. Okay, is that a gray area? But got like a lot of stuff here. Today is gonna be kind of slow, I think. Today is mostly just sketching stuff. I also want to make a new roadmap that's not just related to technical skill, but more related to my own project. So what in the world? Am I supposed to be able to click this? Animo kawanai. Oh, did it get taken down for some reason? Right, okay. How do I go back? So all. I don't know many of the characters, I just know the earlier ones now. Let's start with Sora. Where's Sora? Yes, Idol. Ah, fuck, she's got frills. Yeah, that's fine. You just kind of mess around with the frills a bit. Naruhodo ne? Ma, betsu ni ii ka. I'm not here for the, how do I copy the image? Take a screenshot. Whoa, what is this? A Firefox thing? Kinda cool. Okay. 何これ? Naruhodo. Why's my music so depressing? Okay, this should do it. From now on, it's less about just trying to study something, it's just about drawing a lot, I think. Until my hand stabilizes onto something I like. It's gonna take a while. Any meaning to having that little? Alright, Silver. We'll be here. Then should probably put the process together too. I'm trying to keep to the guidelines as much as possible. Thank you, the TV. I hope so too. Although nowadays the streams are gonna be a little bit less rigid. Of course, of course. I would never let my condition get in the way of streaming, for sure. Molto elegante. Molto elegante. How are you doing, the TV? Oh, how did that go? I feel like, yeah. Depending on how much you enjoy the process, I guess. I always get a lot of stress if I'm trying to fit stuff into the schedule. Yeah. Yeah, there needs to be some amount of like what's the word? Like right now it probably feels like there's a lot of time pressure. It's like, oh, I only got this amount of time to try and do something. And then it's a little bit stressful in that regard, I think. Personally, I feel like. alignment is off. I'm trying to draw during work as well, like as when I get free time, but it's always very hard to get something good out. Yeah. 떨어져. 일단 이때는 끄네. Hello, Curio. Oh, I feel like having some space to not follow like a routine or like a roadmap too closely is nice. Because I always see new art every day. Sometimes I kind of want to try it, but it doesn't fit into the current schedule. Makes me feel like I should just stop it, like not do it. But now if I see something, I can just kind of bring it in and then give it a try, like the years here. I think the face is a bit too long now. I'm gonna drag it up, but It's okay. I'm already doing like somewhat close stuff in the shadows. No, not really. Not anymore, anyways. Takes so long to draw. I wish I could, but I couldn't. Literal skill issue. Alright, ETB. All the best. Thanks for dropping by. YouTube video probably next year. Like, no joke. Probably next year, because this year, if I don't stabilize, I'm gonna run into issues. So this is the priority for this year. Yeah. Is there any artists you want me to do in particular, if you're thinking about YouTube videos, or you're just asking in general? Because it doesn't exclude us from doing a stream on the artist. If I can, that is. Connect, please. Not connecting for me. Oh, I see. Gain a fall? Oh, okay, I'm not sure what in relation to is that, but that's fine. I think you should probably do what it is that you have to do. We can talk next time. Oh, I see. Nah, it's already fallen off. Like, because if I did continue with the ass stuff, I don't think the next video after the ass video would have been like 1 or 2k or something. It would have been still like 10,000, I think. Because that's already 10% lower, but anyways. I don't know what is it about Ask that everyone likes to the point that so many people will go for that video. Super surprised, but I already forgot the anatomy, the bones for this. Not very intuitive to draw the bones for hip. Maika. The elbow. But what I can say is like the short videos kind of helped a little bit though. Yeah, right? Like, it's so hard to tell, like, what... Like, it could be something as simple as that for sure. It's definitely possible to just be like, oh, you're missing one keyword here and there. That's a future me's problem, I guess. Yeah, please do. I see you around, yeah. Hello, Walnut. Welcome. I forgot how to simplify pelvis again. God damn it. Looks like it's facing this way though. Not really going that way. Anyways, I think the plan now is to just draw a lot. To just get the workflow in, to get comfortable with going through the process. Otherwise, we just have bits and pieces of information that we don't know how to put together. It's not good. I'm just gonna try and do some more free drawings. And these hips on the reference are a bit too much, I think. I don't even know how to reference this properly. Yeah, and then I was also thinking about making like a new roadmap. The new roadmap will be not about technical skill, it will be about character development. In a lot of ways, character development for myself, for my own character, story development, stuff like that. There's a few accounts. Actually, that reminds me, I forgot to add it to my chart. Music's kind of louder. OBS is fine, right? I think it's not blowing things up. Not yet. There's a couple of accounts. They're potentially a little bit explicit. Wait, let me double check. Yeah, a little bit more skin, but I'll keep it at like thumbnail level. It shouldn't trigger anything. But these accounts are very similar to... how should I say this? They all draw one character a lot, and it's their own character. So in a sense, they're creating like original artworks, and then it's like one character. It's you know, Camo Mimi and a tail. In a lot of ways, these are very similar accounts to where I think I want to go. So I think in the beginning, I'm probably gonna start with something similar. I can just do one character for a while. That will stabilize the style. That will stabilize a few things. And then after that, we can go into... Oh, I opened the same thing twice. I see. So I'm just gonna dump it here. Did I already put them here? Not yet. Shit, there's one more person too. I forgot the name. I haven't seen them post art in a while. They're probably posting, just not appearing on my screen, but yeah, so we would do like maybe like 10 illustrations like this. Just one character, one simple pose, white background. Probably even skip like drawing the wolves, which will take a little bit more time. Then we slowly work in the background. And then as we're doing the single character, we can tie down some colors. So these are some colors I like. They're like kind of faded colors. Not looking at the boobs, I'm just looking at the tail here. Like these colors are nice. And yeah, some are more moody color boards, I think. Color control. Then we can go on to over this side, which is the environmental design and stuff like that. So at that point, the plan would probably be to do one study. And the study will mostly be about the value, the composition, and also replicating the textures, because I do want to bring it to a certain level of completeness, of finish. And then we'll do a level of we'll do an illustration for ourselves that would mimic the same composition, the same lighting, the same, probably even the color scheme. Everything shall be kept as close to the original as possible. And then we just do a bunch of those. And hopefully that will build things up in a more direct way to what it is that we want to do. And that would be nice. Yeah, so the new plan is kind of interesting. Yeah, like film studies, because yeah, now I'm starting to understand what it is that like people study. You know, like what are they studying in film studies? What are they studying in photography? That kind of stuff. Now it's starting to make a little bit more sense, because it's the same problems that I'm running into now. It's like, what do I do here? What do I do there? Kind of problem. But we don't have the luxury. I don't have the luxury to just go and study. So we just have to come up with an idea, figure out what it is that we are lacking, and then go get the answers. And hopefully over time, this builds up the knowledge that we need, and only the knowledge that we need and nothing else. Nothing super tangential. And then if it goes well down the line, maybe you can make something original that's completely from my imagination. And if we can get there, I am ready to finally begin then. The final step, which is to actually do something with that skill. Insert their own anime OCs into see how the environment character will fit. Yeah. What films? I do not know either, yeah. Anything that is moody, anything that's cool. I think given today's given we have Pinterest and stuff like that, I'm not too worried about running out of reference. As long as we have one that is in the mood that we want, it's gonna be enough to bring out the rest. So we'll see in due time. I need to come up with that map, that roadmap, and then come up with a timeline for it. I still kind of want to make the live 2D stuff, but recently, after seeing the 3D stuff, you know, the face tracking and all that being so nice, I'm wondering if there's any point in doing 2D stuff still. If I pay someone to go and get me a model, and I already used one in VR chat that I was going to base my live 2D off of it anyways. I guess I do need 3D equipment. It's gonna be a bit more problematic. Not to mention drawing while wearing a headset. That's probably not feasible. Oh yeah, how do VTubers do 3D? I guess they don't wear the headset. They just have their body tracked. Oh. What character did I use? So if you look up... I forgot the author's name. Was it Sasakizu? I forgot, is this or this? But they have a model that's called Sensei. And I don't really care too much about the name. It's just that the character model itself is it was the newest at the point in time. And the author makes both male and female avatars. It was the newest male model at the time, and I just got it. I used another one, I forgot. I think it was called Esto or something a long time ago. But that one... It's a long story. We knew someone who knew the author, and the author had a world where you can just copy the avatar for free. But then someone leaked it, and then the author removed the world and also some of the avatars, so it became unusable. Anyways, a huge mess. But anyways, if you search these names, someone should come up. Anyways, the 6 degrees of separation, right? So someone knew someone that knew someone. Then we got into this world. One random day. I mean, to be fair, like, yeah, I think even me getting it in the first place was like someone leaking it already. It's a mess. VR chat is very chaotic like that. You go in every day. Some days are very boring, and some days you meet like someone that is like your exact opposite. Or like sometimes you meet like this guy. This guy is like, what if I made this choice differently 5 years ago in my life, you know, something like that. And Mia was someone like that. Because he was someone who gave up what I'm doing right now to pursue art, to fully commit. And back then I made the choice to not do that. So it really felt like when the moment we started talking, it really felt like it was the mirror opposite. And as a result, I got a lot of answers to the questions that I had. I forgot what exactly the questions were back then. But the first day we met, we talked a lot. And yeah, there were a lot of similarities. There were a lot of similarities. Even till now, we're finding new similarities. It's kind of insane. Also, I cannot draw hands. God damn it. My hand's huge, bro. My hand's huge. The reference hand is huge. I'm still getting pooped by the reference too much, I think. Actually, I probably shouldn't look at the reference anymore. We already got the pose. Don't need that anymore. I'm gonna get the years real quick here. I think VR chat is very worthwhile game to just kind of go in and take a look. Even if you don't like talking to people, even if you think like meeting strangers online is like dangerous or whatever, like, because you don't have to talk to people, you just kind of go in and sit there, listen to people talk. You got to meet all kinds of characters. And it helps a lot just listening into some of the conversation. I mean, provided that they don't mind, that is. I mean, if they do mind, they'd probably not be in the public world anyways. But, you can see, you know, the way people think, the miscommunications that happen, and how to prevent it. Because as a third person, you know, point of view, is a lot easier to tell what went wrong. Sometimes. Sometimes. I don't really like this set of years though. But it's okay, we gotta try. Let's try new things. That's why I very recommend. If you just have some free time and you just want to go in and take a look. Not sure what to do, just go in and see what's up, you know. You might just find like this one random dude that is like you have a good time with. You might find nothing and you just leave. Fine too. It's like a gacha game, but with fate. What am I gonna meet? Who am I gonna meet? What am I gonna see? Fate gacha. Yeah, same moment with PS2. Met a guy who teach math in Japanese. Uni. I stopped at the wrong point. Met a guy who teach math in Japanese versus a guy who teach math in Japanese uni is quite different. My brain just decided to stop. It's like, oh, I've read enough. This is what it means. Okay, thank you, brain. Yeah, this pose is like, this is my chest. Please look at them. Please look at my chest. Here it is. I feel like my hits are not wide enough. You're struggling with hit not necessarily anatomy, but just like perspective. Cannot see it. Anyways, you don't even need it to be that strong anymore, because the whole goal is to put on clothes and then move on to the next one as soon as possible. Just go through a bunch of drawings. What is this? So a color? Hello, Delay. I am pretty sure I've seen your name here before. Welcome. Konbanwa, konbanwa. How should I draw this? What I've learned so far is that like clothing foes, unless it's overlapping forms, I probably don't want to use lines at all to represent any of the foes, but this is pure line art, so if I don't do that, it's gonna be kind of empty, huh? Konbanwa. You know, like this channel, originally I was gonna make it like a clipping channel. I was gonna make like I was gonna make clips off of VTubers and use it to teach Japanese, because there's a lot of nonsense that happens with like shortening, internet slangs. There's a lot of context sometimes that needs explaining, wordplay that could be explained, that kind of stuff. I think I mentioned this once before. Close-up face. Close-up face would make it what? Many points, right? A lot of points of perspective. Yeah, because the primary reason for making a clipping channel was that the content doesn't have to come from myself. That's the biggest challenge, right? To have content. And back then, I don't see too many people doing like translation plus educational clipping. And like, you know, if you're doing clips, it can be very short as well. Like YouTube Shorts would have been the perfect solution. You just make one that explains the context, shows people, you know, okay, this is what the VTuber said. Did you catch that? Did you not catch that? Let me explain, you know, the quick grammar, a quick background, a quick context. And then try listening to it again and again and again. And if you have someone explaining to you like what they're saying, what the sounds are to look for, and then you go over it slowly over and over, it's gonna be a lot easier to learn. And you're learning with VTubers, right? So it's fun. And I get free content, right? Because I don't have to make the content. It's already interesting. I just have to watch YouTube. Which back then I was watching a lot. So yeah, that would have been nice. But that was not to be. Honestly, I'm glad I didn't do that, because that's not art. That's not what I actually want to do at the end of the day. So unless I can make a living off of that channel and then start a new one to do what we're doing now, I would have had to give that up pretty quickly. So how you know what I mean by yeah. Yeah, it all comes down to where if I can make money off of YouTube, then we can do more of those kind of slightly more YouTuber-like stuff. I like making educational content. It's a lot easier to make, in my opinion, than entertainment stuff. Yeah, all that study with the frills, I'm just gonna draw squiggle lines actually. Squiggity squiggity. Just gonna draw Squidward. Actually, there is still a problem here. I'm still rushing. It means the priority is not in the process nor trying to figure things out, it's just speed. I don't think I'm allowed to be fast yet. Oh, okay, I did not think of that. I'm glad I have someone as cultured as you to keep me on track. Thank you very much. Oh, I still have no idea what I can put here. What kind of shapes I can put here. Wait, your wife who is bigger than you? That could mean a lot of things, man. I mean a lot of things. Ooh. Are we gonna get the Baoji Waoji song from Sensor again? New version, updated. 2025. Is it too soon to mention this? I'm actually gonna look into see if I can put some money in Cover Corp. What a drop, man. What a drop. 10%. Now's the time. And then today there was like, because of all the terrorism stuff, there was like something about, you know, we're on the verge of a trade war. Maybe there's recession or whatnot. Maybe it's time to buy gold, and then look at the price of gold. It's just been going up for the past 2 weeks. Already late to the party. Okay, it's not the best, but I don't want the best. Yeah, but like, I don't think that's the case necessarily delay, because honestly, by the time the news get to us retail people, it's probably already too late. Some Wall Street, you know, guy has probably already put his life's fortune in it, making millions already. Prices has probably already gone. Yeah, Redx said he got like 3 or 4 1/4 sized figures after going to Japan. I don't know how big that is. I'm looking forward to seeing it once he gets it. Once the shipping is done. Quarter size sounds like huge, bro. What the hell? The one I got was only like 1/16th, I think. Which is, I think, is the normal size? And that was not necessarily small. And a quarter would be like, what, 4 times? If the math is supposed to be done that way. Kind of power. Quarter is in like 1/4 of the original character size. So that would be, you know, 6 foot is like what? 1.25 foot? How much is 1 foot? All these units, man. At least we're just drawing, not making rocket ships. Okay. I'll probably interlace photo reference. Well, not this. Is this photo reference? This is not photo reference, but with some of the other people's drawings here. So we get a good mix in between. I just want to run my fingers. I just want to run my hand around drawings, lines. GFE. What is this? Oh, FFE. FFE. U. Oh boy. Big bulbous. Yeah, fingers was not the right word. Run my hand, which is also kind of not right either. But I need to detach from the face. I don't want to copy the face proportion nor the... Mostly proportion. I don't know why things just get automatically more sus when I stream. That's the expression chart, right? This is not the correct place for it. I think I left it on the clothing one. Actually, no. Let's come up with expressions for myself. I'm just gonna do something random. Yes. Man, speaking of summoning, I have recently been playing a lot of the card game in Genshin. So it's decently fun. I think it's not very deep, but it's decently fun. And then I don't play a lot of card games either. But there are these characters in Genshin and Fontaine. They're like the furry characters. They're called Melazines, which apparently traditionally just refers to like water spirits and stuff like that. Yeah, the card game is in the game itself. So you have to go in the game to play the card game, but these character cards, these Melazines are basically just randomizers because they can give you cards that you don't actually own or that you aren't actually supposed to put in your deck. Because some cards have requirements saying that you can't put this card in your deck unless you have certain characters or a certain number of characters from somewhere, some region in the game. They just give it to you. They don't give a shit. They just give it to you. And so you get like a really chaotic run if you get a bunch of these guys. And most of their cards that they give you don't cost any energy, so to speak, to cast. You just start spamming shit. These little shits, they just keep giving me junk. I fucking love it. Yeah. I remember like first seeing like a game in a game. Like that was pretty cool. And then now it's just the norm. Everyone has like a copy of, I don't know, Pong sometimes. Card games. What else did they got? Oh yeah, fishing games is always the same mechanic. Power defense. Power defense? I didn't think the card game would be fun in Genshin. But honestly, after grinding nonsense for a while, it's kind of nice to just sit back and not have to have both hands on the keyboard, on the table. Just pull the face down a bit more. This angle shouldn't have that much. どうだろうな。Kind of lacking emotion. Yeah. Maybe I should keep the expression, just so we can practice expressions as well. I'm not even the same angle anymore. I don't know. そうなるんじゃないの? Space got that tonight. Let's see. I'm planning to get tutoring once my semester is... Oh. Yeah, one-to-one tutors is nice. If the teacher is, you know, hardworking. Actively trying to find any problems that you might have. I got like a one-on-one lesson only once, because I was trying it out. Because it was $20-something per hour, and I thought it was kind of expensive to continue for an extended period of time. But, I actually can't quite remember too much. I was too nervous. Back then, I just started a VR chat. I'm not used to talking to people. So, yeah, I can't quite remember much, but... It was one-on-one, so they would come out with like a more tailored learning plan and stuff like that. The alternative would just to be watching a lot of Japanese media and content. Because there's so much nuance and stuff. That you truly need to see some experience. Actually, yeah, even if a tutor, you still have to see a lot of the things for yourself. Either through drama or any kind of content. You need to see how people react and what kind of situations some phrases are used. I guess that's true for all languages. I think tutoring is probably better near the end because a lot of the grammar is just pure memorization. if you have someone talking to you, it might be easier to remember. But if you're trying to save money in the beginning, it's just you know, kind of like, how do I say this? More brain dead stuff. You just kind of remember it. Just kind of force yourself to remember it. And then at the end, you pay some money to get people to correct you. Maybe some of your nuance and the way you speak. You might not have realized that saying it like this has a little bit of a different nuance than what you want. I see that sometimes where people, they try to be funny, or they try to express certain things that they've seen in YouTube, in content and VTubers, right, stuff like that, but they're using it in the wrong context, or they unknowingly sort of imply something about the receiving end, right? Like if you use certain terms, this is true for any language, but if you use certain terms, you're implying something sometimes. You're basically accidentally saying maybe they're bad or something, or you're implying that they misled you through your language. You know, it's like kind of tricky in that sense. I don't know if there's more of such things in Japanese necessarily. It's just that if you are learning a language, I think that is going to be a problem that comes up. And yeah, having a tutor will help a lot, because if you go in VR chat, you do that to someone, but someone may not tell you that you have this issue, because it will become very awkward. Usually people don't like to be pointed out that they're wrong, right? Even if you actively tell someone that, oh, please tell me if I'm wrong, you know? Because you're not strictly wrong, you're just kind of carrying a slightly different nuance. And if they pointed it out, they might be perceived as someone who's very pedantic or something whatnot. So it's not always that you can find someone that is very keen on correcting you. Not to mention, they're also mostly there to be corrected in their own sort of thing. So they might be thinking about their own situation, their own usage, language usage, and what they're missing. So finding a tutor to get that going, get that fixed, or even to know that there's a problem in the first place, I think that's very important if you can afford it. If you can't, just watch lots of VTubers and trial and error. And maybe you can come across a friend who you can chat with every day. That would be my case. I found someone who I can chat with every day, and I went into VR chat every day for a few years, and that helped a lot. But there's one thing that it would be a good idea to get a tutor early for, is the pronunciation. Because once your pronunciation gets fixed, right? Once you have learned the language for a while and you've been saying things a certain way for a period of time, it becomes very hard to fix it. So you want to get that right from the get-go. You don't want to learn the language. I mean, it is easier to say, for example, this word, say it like this English word, right? It sounds similar. Yeah, just say it like that, you know. And that's good for the beginning, but down the line, if you will form an accent, and that's going to be pretty strong, and that will be very hard to get rid of. And it'd be much better to learn the tones by themselves, and then you use the correct pronunciation from the beginning. And then once you're down the line, you're just naturally able to say the correct tone, even for words you've never seen. And that part, you really need someone to guide you, because even if you listen to your own recording, it's kind of hard to tell what it's supposed to be anyways. You know, that's like the AI thing called Oracle or something, that's able to tell what like English accent that you have. And right now they only support English, and they only support like the standard English, not like, I think it's American and British English accents. But they don't do things like Southern accents, or they don't do things like Irish accents or stuff like that, which I think would be a lot cooler. If they have that, I would want to learn it. I want to learn some cool English accents. Yeah. But anyways, if you get a pronunciation right, you can do some really cool stuff. There were 2 occasions where we met Japanese people that were speaking fluent. One was like British accent, and the other one was Australian accent. And you couldn't tell that they're Japanese. They were just pure native accents. And that's just them like being very particular about it since the get-go. And that's pretty cool. Yeah, tutors, that's my yapping on tutors, I think. After having experienced 1 hour. 1 hour of tutoring. Just some thoughts. But anyways, above all else, I think tutor or not, like the most important thing is find a way to use the language. Because even if you learn it, like me, even if after I learned it, I don't use it, I can't speak it after a while. I think that's the true for your, even for your own native language, but for a learned language is ever more important. So you can learn it for fun, but if there's no avenue to use it on a daily basis, it's going to get lost very quickly. To be honest, in the first place, if there's no avenue to use it on a daily basis, it's probably very hard to learn in the first place. Because you need to run that part of your brain constantly. Yeah. So like that's why you hear me mumble to myself in Japanese on stream as well, because I actively try to think in Japanese. The language in my head is switched to Japanese. And as much as possible, I try to communicate with myself, at least back then anyways, with Japanese. So I would just try to go through like, oh, right, what did I do today? I did this, I did that, you know. Sometimes VTubers, the conversation that VTubers have will play again in my head. And I'm like, ah, yes, 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 of course, of course. Stuff like that. Yeah, VTuber, Discord. I think, how do I say this? If your goal is to be able to speak, you must speak on a daily basis. There's no way around it. You can listen all you want. You can form sentences in your head all you want. But when it comes to speaking, the real-time element of listening and then reacting, it's you have to keep training that. That part's hard. And that part is very different from all the other stuff. No matter how good you are at the other stuff, but that part, you have to do it constantly. If anything, like if you just want to be able to talk to people, I think that's the only part you really need to practice. You can just forget about learning advanced kanji and stuff like that. Kanji. 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 Beep beep pop pop. Really, the certificate is really just useful for finding a job, I think. If you want to live. Also, if you want to go for that special visa, there's like a special visa if you're under 30, I think. And then if if you have a salary above a certain level, if you have an educational level above a certain level, some degrees, if you have your N1 certificate, if you have some other criterias, right? If you meet those, you accumulate points, and when you get enough points, you can get a special visa that gets you to be able to stay in Japan for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, and if you stay for that long as well, you also get the chance to apply for citizenship, I think it was. So that's one bonus if you want to go for it. I like Japan. I like the atmosphere, the buildings, the rural. I really like suburban areas, just like places with no people, but just a lot of building. And Japan has that special vibe to it. But even then, I don't know if I really want to live in Japan for like the rest of my life. Maybe for a period of time. But living in Japan, I can't even imagine like how much paperwork and how much administrative stuff you have to go through. Because I was there for like 2 months only, and all I wanted to do was receive my mail. And then I went to the post office like, hey, how do I receive mail? Like, I'm supposed to get this thing in the mail, but I didn't get it. And then they're like, oh, you should just move here. Can you please fill up this form? And that form was thick AF. And I'm like, shit, do I have to fill this up? I'm just here for like a while. And like, oh, you're just here for a while? Then yeah, no, like, then you can't do this. Like, you have to be a resident here or something. I can't remember. In the end, I was mistaken. I was just mistaken. I was not supposed to receive a mail. It was a mess. Also, if you live there, you have to learn to write kanji, and I cannot write kanji. So that would be very exciting. If I wasn't learning how to draw or give Japanese, doing both at the same time, yeah. Although, like, you don't have to be too, you know, what's the word, like, strict about it. Just expose yourself to one word a day would be enough. Because art is a pretty long journey anyways. One word a day, just take a glance at the definitions and it's like, oh, this word exists. Now, where can you use this word? And then that's it. And then forget about it. The next day, maybe a new word. Maybe keep the list a little bit smaller. Keep it like 100 words or something, so that you will see some repeats. And then be like, oh, I've seen this word before already. Oh, I can't really know what this means. Okay, let's move on to a new list. And then, oh, okay, now you have a new 100 words without really spending too much effort. That was kind of how I wanted to learn Korean. I spent 3 months, and then every day during commute, I was like 20-minute commute, I would just do some Anki. And I end up remembering some stuff. Very minor, like 0.1%. Legit, if anything, that's what I want to find out. Like, can I say one name? Yeah. My Japanese word? Okay, I don't... Oh yeah, I dug this hole myself, didn't I? Japanese word of the day. What's the Japanese word of the day? I only got weird words, man. I'm gonna get judged by my very weird word of the day. Isn't that under like websites? Say ties? Ties is futomomo. How do you write it again? Did I get this correct? Wait, let me double check. I think I got it correct. So, futomomo. Cool. There's another way to refer to this. But I cannot write the kanji. It's very hard to write. So I'm gonna just find it for you guys. And also explain what it means. So, here is the Japanese Wikipedia for this article. So there is this phrase that is also used to refer to ties. And it's called Zettai Ryoiki. So Ryoiki, as you guys might remember if you guys watch JJK, right? Is Ryoiki Tenkai. Ryoiki, domain expansion. So in a way it means like a domain, a space, right? That's what it means, Ryoiki. If you know Mandarin, it's basically the same word, it has the same meaning. But if you know Mandarin, you probably don't need me to explain this in the first place. Zettai, yes, absolute, yes. So in this case, it is talking about the ties that can be seen. In this case, it's being very specific about being skirts and like short pants and whatnot. It really doesn't matter. When you say Zettai Ryoiki to someone, to hopefully a guy, you know, and if they speak Japanese, they will know most likely you're trying to refer, I mean, there's some context involved, but you're probably referring to the ties, right? So, you know, the proper way is futomomo, and then you also have this Zettai Ryoiki over here that you may or may not ever be able to use in your life. I'm just gonna send this kanji in. Wait, never mind, that doesn't work. That's the Wikipedia article. And then the normal one is just futomomo. Oh, you don't need the to, my bad. This is why I cannot teach properly, but this to is not required, so just like this. Also, I probably didn't write this correct. Please don't copy my writing. That's like a very... So Japanese has this annoying thing where the printed version of the word versus the written version of the word sometimes is different. So it depends, you know, if you're really going to stay in Japan, you want to be aware that just because the font that you type out looks like one way, doesn't mean that people are going to write it that way. And this doesn't just apply to kanji. There are some hiraganas, I think, that are also quite different. And honestly, there's an extension to this discussion, which is because there's Zettai Ryoiki, and then there's another word called Zettai Kuiki, and the ku replaced the ryo. So ryo has this idea of territory on land, where ku is just the kanji for space. So it looks like this. Is this how you write it? It's not like this, right? Shit. I think it's this. So as the word implies, it's about space, right? So where is this space? So imagine you have Zettai Ryoiki referring to the ties. So around the ties, where might there be a space that will be formed between the ties? You know, welcome Rez to this slightly sus discussion. Let me see if I can find the reference board. And once you guys see the reference board, you guys immediately will understand what is this space that they're referring to. Yes, you got it. It is the tie gap. And I believe, yes, so now you guys can understand what this is saying. This is a reference book. Don't judge me for this. This is a reference book. If you know Japanese, you can go ahead and find this book. So as you can read here, it says Zettai Kuiki. So it's referring to this space, specifically referring to this space. So get it off my screen, Lamau. My bad, Res. My apologies. But God, give me. Yes, I'll give you the word, and you guys can educate yourself further for that. Zettai Kuiki. Is that the correct tie? Yeah, it is. And my handwriting is shit. Yeah, it's been steadily increasing ever since I started yapping about nonsense. But yeah, Japanese word of the day. We're only gonna get very lewd words out of me at this point. I don't know what else to teach, because every other mundane word is just kind of boring. Like, what was there to talk about? I think if we ever want to talk about stuff, it should be slang. It should be, you know, interesting words like this that you wouldn't come across in the Genki textbook, because yes, the background music is Fontaine's underwater music, so we're still in Fontaine, even though it sounds different from the usual Fontaine. But yes, I'm so distracted I can't draw. I'm so distracted. Yeah, I don't really know if I want to craft shapes for the thing. Yeah, anyways, if you want to know more about other Japanese words, feel free to ask me about it. Yeah, Genshin's Fontaine. Would you like the link? I can send the link to the video as well. You're just swimming in the water. Very free and very relaxing. Not doing so good with the anatomy after not doing it for so long. And my throat. Underwater illustrations, man. Honestly, just draw normally, but have characters float, and then overlay layer with some blue and green, and add some bubbles. And then I think call it a day. I feel like that will work. Yes, Res. If you know Mandarin, there's some nonsense that goes in with the kanji as well, because some words look very similar, have a very similar meaning. By similar, I mean the same meaning, but the way you write it is different by a single stroke sometimes. So if you're learning how to write it, it's kind of annoying, because I thought I knew it and I wrote it and then I got marked bad for it. That was when I took one course in university, because apparently the Japanese writing is different. Like, okay, thank you. And then again, like I was previously mentioning, how some words you write differently from what you're seeing in like text chat. I also got hit by that before. I was like, what do you mean I wrote it wrong? It's exactly what I see like when I type it out, and it's like, no, you write it like this. Huh? Why? Why do you do that? Why is this the thing again? Is that okay? Okay. I'm nowadays more proficient at reading Japanese than reading Mandarin now, because the default is set to Japanese. I try to understand kanji combinations in Japanese first, even if it is a Mandarin. There are also some memes that only like you know, people who know both Mandarin and Japanese can understand, because they will use either Chinese words to form funny words in Japanese, or like the other way around, because of the way the words are pronounced differently. But that's very advanced, and I don't remember any example of it because I very, very rarely see. I've seen it before, like years and years ago. Kanji line orders? I'm not sure about the line order because I never learned to write. Learn Spanish from school. I can't read. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's so like recommended. I mean, of course, feel free, but I feel like all the confusion might lead to like more inefficiencies with remembering and stuff like that. It's Kasa. Oh yeah, that is hard, I guess. EU is automatically wired to Z right now. 100% wired to Z. Okay, let me see if we can get the muscles here again. In a while. So the, oh no, it's up a lot lower, so it would be here, and then up. And no one can see shit because it's all lines. Dang, that will make great content, Rez. That'll make good content. A long time ago, I made a Discord server for me and my friends called Miji Sanji because my name is Mi. This was like 4 years ago now. So nowadays, sometimes we still joke about like how, you know, like we are a talent agency. Whenever we see someone who's very talented at voices and whatnot, we're like, hey, would you like to, what do you think about joining our talent agency, Miji Sanji? Great way to get sued, anyways. Do they have grounds for suing? Because it is technically different. It sounds very similar. Oh. Collab with Legal Eagle. Collab. 見えない。何も見えない。マジで何も見えん。えぐいわ、これ。Very scroll across everything. Really, you guys are digging this hand study? I'm not really. Yeah, I don't know what is it that I want to do, honestly, right now. Honestly, the streams right now are kind of haphazard. They're just kind of like happening. They're not really focused on anything. I'm not really getting anything out of it. I'm not really focusing on anything, and that is not good. Okay, let me see if I can find that one account that I was thinking of. So we have two accounts that are basically just drawing their own characters over and over and over. And that is very nice because that's what we want to do. So using them as reference, maybe get some ideas. And then we would do the Siam. If I could find them. Who is this? Whoa. Who's this artist with 90,000 followers following me? But they follow like 3,000 people, so I think it's not that special. Who else do we got? Where is this other person that I remember? Followers I know. No. I don't care about followers I know. I just need all followers. 看啊。What is the plan? The plan is to draw a lot of characters. Actually, that reminds me, I have a illustration that has been hanging for about 3 months now. Because we never had a chance to go back to this. Or rather, it was always planned to be done a bit later. This one here. This was planned out like over 3 months at least ago. And you can see some of the names here. Is it blocked? It's probably slightly blocked by both the chat and the reference, but some of the names here was the manga planning. They end up having 90 something pages that I did refuse to draw. So it has 90 pages. Why am I drawing 90 pages? Right, some inspiration ideas here as well from YouTube and like random places. This is AI. This here is AI. AI very poo-poo, but at least gives some ideas and vibes. This one is just slightly lewd. Did I leave anything lewd in here? Oh, this is the planning for the animation of the end screen. Over here. This was the original sketch. I forgot it's here. Anyways. Yeah. The 90 pages is it is crazy, but I don't think like you guys shouldn't evaluate it to the same standard of like what you guys actually read out there, right? Because the 90 pages probably doesn't have that much information compared to a professional who does it for a living. You know, I have like 3 panels per page, basically. So the information density is pretty bad, and a lot of things pretty bad. I need an estimated time, though, if I want to do this planning. It doesn't change the fact that it's 90 pages that I have to draw. It's just very inefficient, perhaps. Not to mention, the 90 pages was missing a whole bulk of stuff. So actually, I'll just briefly go over this, and then I'll quickly craft out like a rough guideline for the new roadmap, or at least like a separate roadmap in terms of what I need to do to get my own story going. So I briefly mentioned like there was 3 different plans, like 3 different routes that the artist is gonna take. The first one is just capturing memories, and a lot of these are gonna be photo background, just a character goes in, that's it, and I call it a day. But some of these are pretty personal, so I don't know if it will be out there necessarily. But that's what this is, the first one. So it's about capturing the past. I think that's like a whole obsession with the past, the idea of things that are in the past for me. Because a lot of the things I felt is related to the past is like regrets and stuff like that. So I like to refer to things as the past. So existing past as in like stuff that already passed, and then future past as in future experiences that have yet to pass. So if I ever go to Japan, I want to capture the scenery, I want to capture the experiences I felt. That once captured, it will be in the past. So that's why I'm calling it future past. But anyway, it's kind of stupid. Yeah, Silver, this is my own planning for my own sort of project going forwards. I'm just briefly explaining, because right now we have a lot of technical stuff done, but I want to bring it back, right? That's the whole point. I'm not here to just bring out my skills and then, you know, that's it, right? I need to consolidate it here. So that's the first one. The second one is the isekai stuff, which would be stuff like Fontaine, just putting the character in Fontaine for no reason, just because it's fun. This is probably where I get a little bit more flexibility in terms of playing around with styles and design and stuff like that. Not a lot, Silver. We don't have actually that much to talk about, but in general, this is the setup here. And then the last one is my own personal world building, and this will be my own storytelling. And this is the true storytelling part that's purely original. But this part here is very undecided. There's 3 chapters to the sequence, and none of these are set, but all of these have a fixed theme and a rough idea, a rough outline. That obviously I can't talk about right now because it's not set. But chapter 3 is the epilogue, and chapter 3 is when, imagine like Arknights, right? You will have the past that happened before Arknights happened. Then you have chapter 2, which is the Arknights itself. Then you have the epilogue that happens, let's say, after the entirety of Arknights is done. Then there's the epilogue. Kind of like Enfield, but Enfield is its own entire story with a whole arc and you know, crescendo and then the climax and stuff like that. Chapter 3 is not about story. Chapter 3 is about an ongoing story, I suppose. It's like an ongoing experience. And this chapter 3 is basically where most of the art is going to go in. Because going into isekai stuff, that will be sort of after chapter 3. Going into capturing memories and stuff, that will all be after chapter 3 in a sense. So we're mostly focusing on the chapter 3 part. And that is the one character and a whole bunch of wolves. And then they're just going to go a bunch of random places. And this is where we also get to experience like a lot of different designs. So this thing here will be in chapter 3 per se, right? It will be after the entire main story and stuff like that. So there's a lot of limitation with regards to, you know, retcon. If I decide something about the character now, it is technically in the future of the stories I have yet to write. So it's a little bit tricky in that regard. And this is what this whole setup here is. Basically, I'm setting up each one of these lines. They need to align with certain criteria, sort of vibe, right? And so we have art direction. We have stuff like, for example, the memories one is all about being in the past, about capturing that ephemeral, you know, that temporariness of time, of things having already happened and it's in the past and you can't really go back, but it has happened. So we might go with something that's a little bit more faded, something like this, where the really dark areas kind of get brought back up. The contrast is a bit lowered to bring out that sort of faded look. It might get a bit more moody like this, right? But you just kind of fade out the really dark stuff. I think a good example, actually, I've recently found a really good example for this. I just need 1 second to bring it up because it's recently added to my bookmarks here. And it's by someone that everybody here knows. I can just find it real quick. Pretty sure I favorited one today. Here. So this is the second channel for Channel, right? The person who created like a rabbit hole animation, the person that created the Zako animation. And they sort of have these drawings where illustrations where we have our Vocaloid over here, and they're just sort of traversing this world, and it's all pretty faded, and it's very sort of, you know, kind of photo-like, and then the character in there. And I think this is sort of captures that vibe that the first part is supposed to go for. By the way, their efficiency is kind of insane. I don't know if this is photo manipulated or they take the photo and then they paint over the photo. But either way, if you look at the post dates, right? So this is April 2nd. So March 29th, there's like 3 sketches here. And they're all very strong. Like this is very, you know, very tight. Very technically strong. This is March 28th. March 25th, 23rd, 21st. So I know they did animations, and the animations are obviously very good, and there's a lot of things that you have to draw in animation. But I didn't realize they were like this level with like backgrounds, because character and background, usually people choose one or the other, right? Like this is insane, like, and they very clearly drew this, so they're worth like studying. By the way, this red text over here is saying moody, as in like impossible. So I'm guessing like they found it to be pretty difficult to do as well. But anyways, so this individual here captures that sort of vibe. Let me just close that. And I'm gonna yeet it here. Here. And then for the isekai stuff, we're just aligned to whatever IP that we're trying to go for. So that's where the style is, it's not gonna be locked. We'll still be pretty close to what we can and cannot do. But the main goal there would just to be bringing ourselves into the world, so we wouldn't necessarily force a lot of things to happen per se. I'm gonna have it like this. And this is just gonna be left as is, because I don't really have anything here at the moment. Maybe Arknights would be a good idea, actually. I was planning on doing Arknights background studies, which is going to be very scary, actually. I don't know how long that's going to take. But let me bring one of these guys over. Oh, it's locked together. Okay, never mind. Let me bring this over then. And then the one at the bottom. Actually, to be honest, my own world building is going to be very similar to Arknights. But let me bring over... So this game is Control. This is actually the concept art for Control 2, the second installation of the series. But if you guys have played Control, it's a very, very cool game. And I really, really like the aesthetics of Control. It's very cold. It's very foreign. It's very alien. Because it's about being in this building that is somewhat alive, right? The building itself somewhat changes. There's a lot of mystery. There's a dimension, like higher dimension creatures and stuff like that. And the horror architecture is brutalist. Is all about the concrete, the very man-made-ness of everything. It's very cool. If you guys never seen this game, I highly recommend to check it out. This is likely the direction that I want to go in terms of art for my own stuff. And then in that case, this is the indexing notation, which I still need to develop. So I'm just gonna ignore that. So new work. What's this? Workflow, roadmap. The Alan Wake incident. Yeah, I did not know that there was a whole series of books that was like basically the same universe. And let's say character only. Could be white background. Actually, no. Wait, let me think. Because once we do character only and tie down character only styles, it doesn't matter anymore. At that point, we're ready to go already. Because the character is the one constant across all things. So if I can get a series of shapes, let's say for all the clothing foes, settled down, we're always going for the same shapes, then no matter which one of these three we're going in, if we're going to reuse those shapes, we're going to be... Yeah, we're going to be set, actually. So really, there's no real roadmap here. It is just about drawing the character over and over and over, coming up with just very simple ones, which let me bring in some examples to illustrate my point, which I'm pretty sure I have the person just added today. Did I not? Yeah, right here. Actually, yeah, there's no roadmap then. I don't need a roadmap. So this is what I have to do then. Cool. I just do this. When I feel comfortable, we add in the background. So actually this part, cannot spell. So this part actually we'll need to have one reference study first, and then similar setup. Sorry, setup is one word in this case. And then we can maybe brainstorm based off of mood. Then we can do like more original stuff. And then we'll stick to original stuff until... Yeah, actually, how would it work if we're in between two realms? Do I care? No, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Oh, okay. Because I'm thinking like, let's say I want to do Fontaine. But I don't want to do 100% the same Fontaine. So there will be some original elements, but it's still based off of Fontaine. So I just classify it as that. At the end of the day, the classification doesn't really matter too much. It's very secondary to this. Huh, okay. So get comfortable with character stuff, and then we can talk about bringing in backgrounds. Right. Yeah, backgrounds with photos, backgrounds with yeah, 3D has to come in at some point. Okay, let's not worry about this. If anything, yeah, this is more likely something that happens next year. When we fully go into like just pure original stuff. This year I still have some studies that we have to get through. Single solo character illustration, but that would mean that the style needs to be tied down. No, the style can evolve over time. The important thing now is not about the stylization of brush strokes and stuff like that. We don't care about textures and colors and all that, just the shapes. Just the shapes and the proportions and the forms. Everything else can come later. Okay, so let me make a good note of this here. So we just need proportions. We need the shapes. Because even right now, if you ask me to draw like an anime face, it's gonna come out like different every time. It's not stable. Don't have a set. Well, to get like a fixed one, it might take a year. So I'm not gonna be too worried. Okay, let's just do this then. For now. Then there's not much really to plan. This will be it. The notation stuff, eventually I'm gonna figure out a way to catalog the images so that at the bottom of every image, next to the signature, there should be a series of numbers or letters or something. That would be... half of it will be human readable, half of it probably not. Because I think this might be an interesting way to go against AI, in the sense that if people generate something, yes, they can do the same style, but to me, it's not that important to have the style not be copied. To me, it's more important that certain images, like certain illustrations, are marked as authentic, so that the character's personality and story is maintained, like the integrity of the data is protected. I don't really care too much if they copy the style. So I think it's more important to make sure that every image illustration has a way of identifying that it is truly done by me versus it is generated by something. Assuming someone bothers to want to generate what I'm doing in the future. That's, you know, kind of maybe a little bit pretentious, but doesn't hurt to plan ahead a little bit. So yeah, because there's three categories here. Ideally, we would have a way to split the art direction there. And then as well as maybe add some relevant information about the references and stuff like that. And then the key activation here, this is my own lingo again. Again, like a key is sort of a vibe, and activation just means that this illustration was inspired by something very specific, a very specific experience. That's what this key activation status mean. Just legacy lingo. I'm just keeping it for legacy's sake. And then the date, and then other metadata stuff. I don't know. I'm actually doing a very similar thing at work right now, because we're trying to decide on the interface, and things change in the future, but we don't know what might change and what might not change. Anyways, this is junk. Just forget about this. And then this thing here. So that is the plan. So let's take a look at the original roadmap said that we need to get started with drawing on illustrations only like a month later, actually, if I remember correctly. So right now we're here at the clothing form, right? So we've done all this here. We're supposed to get into materials rendering, which we can still kind of do, like on and off. Plus we got some good references. Yeah, Silver, don't worry about it. It's not that important. It's just a brief overview. Things come over time. It's going to be clear over time. I'm also probably not very eloquent right now with the way I'm saying and presenting ideas. So yeah, we'll most likely skip past this part and just get to this real quick. We just draw a lot of different... But it wouldn't be a different character, it wouldn't be different lighting, it wouldn't be different material. So we're just kind of abandoning this. But we are keeping this part. And stabilize this part first. Then we can talk about the other stuff. But this, yeah, like actually to be honest, lighting and material, these things would probably only come in when the background comes in. Because if it's a white background, lighting wouldn't be changing too much. The original plan was to do this for the entirety. So from now, that means I'm kind of behind schedule because I wanted to start maybe July here to do like some design and rig a model to be used in like say August here. But we can push this back. We'll just do like a month of this first then actually. I'll just do a month of doing my own character illustrations and see how it goes. And that would be that. Everything else I still want to do these. The 3D stuff and the Arknights Lone Trail poster study. This thing is pretty cool. Okay, we will go a month for this one first. We'll do it till June starts. And when June starts, we can think about what else we want to do after that. So, okay. Sorry for the long rant. I'm just trying to work out my thought process. Just need to find who's the other person. They also did very similar stuff and they had a bigger following. They had like 30,000 people watching them too. That being said, I need ideas for my own character because poses and stuff comes from an understanding of the character's personality, which I do not. It's the most ironic thing of everything. I guess we can start with these guys. There's a hidden requirement in this thing actually, because it's not as simple as just drawing the character. Because the whole point is to tie down the style. That means that every single illustration needs to clear the checks. At least for character consistency. That means the ideation process probably cannot be done on stream because it would be a lot harder to do it in front of people. I have to do it off stream. Oh yes, thank you, Delay. Sorry, I wasn't reading chat. Good night, Delay. Thank you for dropping by. Hello, Toe Square. Yes, character building and world building. Mostly just planning out the process of going about character building and world building. We're not quite at the stage of actually doing it. Did I include it in my roadmap actually? We need to actually touch on a lot of design related stuff because right now I just have no idea. Yeah, like all the other stuff here. Actually, this thing is very comprehensive for me, like personally. Everything that I think that I lack is in somewhere in this list. Not everything. Anyways. Yeah, but okay. Ideation needs to be done offline. And then I'll just bring in an idea. And maybe references if I found some. Then we'll just execute on stream. It'll just be execution. And referencing would be very important. Referencing has to be done as little as possible off of other people's reference, and I have to do it as much as possible from my own existing illustrations. No, actually I don't need to do that. No, I will only do referencing from illustrations that I've done that also still clears the check. Okay. That's a pain in the ass, honestly. Because a lot of the stuff I already did is they no longer feel good, right? Like the character looks kind of off, the vibe is kind of wrong. But some of them still is kind of okay. So we will keep those and we will try to propagate those. So over time, hopefully all the good vibes filter out. And then I get what I want at the end. Across everything. So reduce ref down to what's this anatomy and clothing shapes perhaps. So ideally it'll be photography. So key ref would be so active original illustration. Oh, Oh, wait. Can I not extend this? Or on this? What? Oh, okay, you have to double click it. I did not know that. Learn new things every day. It's a bit long. Okay, we got the plan. So I'll try to execute it as soon as possible here. Need to do some brainstorming then. And in the meantime, for the rest of today, I guess I might as well just continue what I've been doing. Yeah. Self-review for the kind of art aspects you wish to continue repeating. Yeah. Hopefully over time, things filter out. Because we had that conversation about, you know, what I consider to be original and what is not. And referencing someone else definitely feels like it's not original. Even if it's just for certain shapes. And ideally, I would study the artist enough to pick up just the stuff I want and stop referencing visually and just draw directly by myself. And then what comes out then would be considered slightly at least more original. Because it's not being led astray by the original reference. And these are some good shapes by the for the clothing. These are some really good shapes for the clothing. Yeah, shapes and stuff. Shapes and anatomy, there's no way I can work around, like, not referencing. Because we're not good enough. But everything else, like colors and whatnot, should be done by us. Idea before ref. Yes. Did I close off all of my reference? Am I stupid? The answer is yes. Where is it? Here. Where is it? What? No, it's here. Okay. Amal. Let's see. So even if I do use this and then I do it, can I... I see. Yeah, I have to start planning without looking at anything. That makes sense. That makes sense. And these are some really good shapes. Yes, thank you to Square for dropping by, for sure. That's really not much worth watching at the moment. There's a lot of planning, a lot of thinking. But I'll see you again. You know where to find us. Cool, right? I'm also gonna take the chance to go to the washroom real quick. Alright, thank you, Toad Square. I'm not even sure up to now if I'm reading their name correctly, but I'm in the washroom, and washroom is the best place for coming up with ideas. I've realized something. That Well, why is this so big? Was it always this big? But anyways, there was one illustration that I did of my own character that also happens to be the most highest quality that I've done ever, I think, in my entire life, like across all illustrations. Where did I put it? Yes, my realization was that, so this specific illustration here. Oh, why did I copy it in there? Come on, stop lagging. So this specific illustration, this was born out of Arknight's study. So I did a study of like, there was like a bunch of Ursus characters standing in. Ah man, if I can I find it at this point? It's kind of tricky to find. Arknights. Oh man, Ursus. Oh, okay, let's just do Zimmer then. It's not here. Oh, come on, where is it? Right, anyways, my whole point was that this came because I did one illustration, one study. Okay, I can show you guys the study actually. I have the study here. Wait, if I have the study, that means I have the reference. No, I not? I do not, because I'm stupid. Okay, so this was the study. And if you guys have seen the original illustration before, you can probably already know which one it is, because the background is exactly the same. But it is thanks to this study that I managed to get here. Because as you can tell, the color is very similar. And interesting, let me think. What does this imply? Because like the planning here is calling for just character only, but I don't actually have to keep it like that. Because it's not, we do want to stabilize the style, but it must come with consistency of the character and the ideas. So, and the ideas come more frequently in the form of being inspired by a specific illustration. So that means that what tends to happen is that if I'm brainstorming for ideas, I find an illustration that I like, I get inspired by it, then in that case, I shouldn't restrict myself to just drawing character. I should do the background study, then come up with an illustration by myself. Or even if it's the same thing, just putting my character in there. I think that is valid as well. So that could be a viable option. It's just that if we open that can of worms, it would be a bit of a... Okay, but that's fine, right? Because that is fine. Because doing the live 2D stuff, that is not critical at the end of the day. And if we do feel like we want to do it, then we can always just do it then. There's no need to be bound by any sort of rule. So what this means is that this is this is actually done two different ways. So this is 1 and 2. So these are two different options. Right, and this makes more sense. So the road map is not really a map anymore. It's just two options. I flip a coin and see what happens. At the moment, I'm not okay, let's not use my lingo. At the moment, I'm not inspired by anything specific. What? So I'm just drawing a blank. That's why I have no plans right now. Dang, I couldn't find the original illustration. Really? It's so close though. It has to be here somewhere. There's a bunch of character from Ursus standing around on the staircase that you guys see in the background here. They're just standing around. Like all the other character illustrations just standing around. It's like the meme of the hanging around. Hanging around. Anyways. Yes. Cool. Actually, I was pretty inspired by this a while ago. The Control 2 concept art. You get like floaty people. I don't know what the story is over here. I mean, no one does. That's why it's like a leak. It's not a leak, but it's just a concept art. Also, this is rendered. Oh my god, studying this would be kind of insane. Okay, actually, that's another note to quickly take note of because actually I probably know this inherently. We need to learn some techniques before we can start studying off of this because rendering textures in might be tricky. Ideally, we see non-3D stuff. To learn some techniques before we go into pure 3D stuff. Is there anyone who has played Control in the chat? Yahoo! 今日はお話配信です。全然違うんだけど、でもめっちゃ話してるわ。100% 出たわ、見たこれ。あざす。It will be a time intensive study. It will take a whole week or two to render. Yeah. Depends on the level of finish we want to go for. It definitely would take a while. Actually, how long did I take for the other one though? This one didn't feel like it took that long. Yeah, but the shapes are not the cleanest. This is only one brush too. Need to deal with getting more textures soon. Steam playthrough? Ah, okay. This game is very aesthetic. Wait, what? Where'd it go? Right, yeah. Is it feasible to study like this? Yeah, we need to avoid 3D. I need to avoid 3D for sure in the beginning, because I wouldn't know what is doable and what is not. Well, to be fair, if we look at someone who's really good at painting backgrounds, it would be also very misleading. Because they're way too good. Oh, actually, you know what? There was one thing that I was thinking of yesterday, was this one. This one is relatively simple. The composition is simple. The perspective is simple. The lighting is simple. The only thing difficult is the background. The wall. But the wall is graphic design with a lot of textures. If we can come up with a theme for what goes on the wall, it probably shouldn't be that hard to replicate this. At least relatively to the other ones. It's not that many elements here. Relatively speaking. a lot of shapes here. But if we do one study of this, we will see all the different categories of shapes. Circles, rings, rectangles. And then the background's textures. Some kind of rig brush that's going in like a S pattern. Back and forth. A lot of crisscross over here, but it's the same brush. Oh, I didn't even notice that the brush is applying over everything. Lighting, we've got the little fall going off. Oh, this one beam of light is very cool. Probably just some kind of layer effect. Oh. Background studies then? Yeah, okay. It looks like ideation on stream, it will be very hard. I cannot fully get into the zone. So I will have to try and do this off stream and come up with some ideas here first. This will be hard. I need to have a conversation with myself. Yeah, just doing studies is fine, but that's not the point of why I'm here. It would be so much easier, honestly, if that was all I'm here to do, just do studies. We can just we just do the hardest thing we can find over and over and over until we can do it. Make a video and then we'll be done. Let's go on to the next one. Yeah. Copy a cloud. In due time, we'll be copying a lot of clouds, I think. I actually have good one reference that always comes to mind whenever I think of clouds. This is hopefully not gonna crash us because this is the biggest board I have. It is 700 megabytes big. And this one here, in this very specific corner here somewhere, there is a series of illustrations where we have very good clouds. Like this one is one of them. This one has very good clouds. And this is painted. So all the edging, sorry, all the edge control, not the edging, god damn it. All the edges and the blending and the color and everything. Oh, this one was the one I really liked. Edging is a W. Huh. I see. I guess I'm still not fully understanding what it means to be inspired. A bit of a sidetrack. I'm just gonna sketch the hair. Because I feel like it. I think that's kind of what I have to do. Just be more free with what I want to draw. And not worry too much about if I'm necessarily gonna learn anything, if it's gonna be original or not, if it's gonna be going towards some goal or not. I think that's probably the first step, the first hidden step. What does it go here? Do I want to do a study? I don't want to do a study. That's not what I want to do. It's kind of like the whole process of not just learning art, but like just self-discovery, because art is very difficult for me in terms of understanding what is it that I want to do, because it's not like I really enjoy the process, right? Because the process is painful of answering questions that I don't have answers for, and now I'm just in some sense I'm feeling lost. In some sense I don't know what I want to do. And I'm pretty sure I won't be able to find the answer today, because the answer only comes whenever I get like very tired and I'm by myself, because that's when usually, okay, it's not like I'm going crazy, right? But that's usually when I sort of see things in the sense of getting inspired. Art for me, I think a lot of it comes from desperation, looking for an escape. And if I'm in like a good state of mind, it just doesn't really come out, because, you know, there's nothing to escape from, right? Before there was a lot of things to escape from, so I will spend a lot of time thinking about this stuff. And then once it's over, it's like you wake up and you forget your dreams. And I don't have a lot of recollection right now, at least. Of, what is it that I saw or wanted to see? Yeah. This character was always like kind of the escape in the first place. Although not quite in this form. I know. I guess probably no point thinking too hard. I just yes, Silver, please do. This is just a yap section. Don't know why there's almost 20 people here listening to me yap. But I'm just going to probably do some drawing today. Do some thinking. There's also a good chance that we might just all of a sudden go back to the roadmap, because I feel like if over a few days I can't come up with anything that makes a lot of sense that I want to do and whatnot, I might just go back to doing studies. And if I get an idea, then we might just drop the studies out of a sudden and then go and try those new ideas. I think that also sort of reflects the spirit of being free and just following your heart and just being inspired and doing what is it that you feel like you want to do in the moment. That would help with coming out with ideas as well, I imagine. Maybe, yeah, it's always been a bad point. It's just being too bounded by rules, I think. Having always wanted to figure everything out before I try it. Before I go do something. I do kind of want to pull the... Where is the other one? 1, 2, 3 here. Not too particular. Squish. Just align to whatever that makes sense enough. Have to be consistent every time, just for now. Being in the moment, I guess. That's fair, right? Lock onto the others. Because the original is correct. The entry comes in and takes away control. So, walking in. No idea. Honestly, like not sleeping and being in that sort of really tired like, okay, I like the state where you just sort of just start to drift into sleep, where you're still aware enough to sort of think, but your thoughts are slightly like a little bit more and more crazy, like make less and less sense, right? You could be thinking about your day, and then all of a sudden you're just kind of thinking about, wait a second, I'm in this world and I'm doing this thing now, and then it's like you don't question why, you just kind of like, oh yeah, I could do this too. Hey, is that what being high feels like? I don't know, but like I only get that when I'm tired, like really tired and on the bed. Or like I'm at work and it's 3 p.m. I do stream today, I sleep at 2, and then the next day at 3 p.m. or 1 p.m. around, after I eat lunch, I start to get like the delirium kicking because I'm just too tired. I really like that. If that's what being high is about, I can understand that. Okay, I'm getting locked down by shapes again. Let's disable that lock. And I'll get locked down by shapes. Let's fly. Fly, please. Sequencing warned. What is the warning? I think the outside of my room is dark space so I can be in this. Oh my god, that's... Oh yeah, like if you can get like my mind is like jumping to so many places. I remember seeing this TikTok of like was it like a couple or something? Like they got a hotel in a different country. And in the pictures it looks like they had like an ocean view, and then only when they got to the room they realized that the balcony is not really a balcony. It just has a wall that's painted to look like the ocean, like the beach. Something like that. I mean, if you have that for your room, and maybe make it like an LED screen or something, and then have it bling bling bling. It could be in space, you know, none the wiser. Sorry, what is the wrong... Just enough to fear, but not enough to stop me from drinking. Ooh. The thing about drinking was that, like, I don't really like it because I feel like I never really get high. But to be fair is that, like, I also never truly let myself get to that, to sort of enjoy it, right? If you're out drinking with friends, I don't want to be left in like a vulnerable state or imposed on other people. So I try to keep my senses about, even if I'm feeling it. Then I don't really want to drink at home alone. It really feels like doing drugs, if that's all I'm trying to get and experience. I don't know. Maybe I should give it like a fair try someday. Oh, like that for half a day. Dang, that's good. It's good shit, man. Shit, I'm getting constant warnings. Don't know why it's failing. Okay, I'll kill the key. Or just ignore it. Actually, I can't ignore it. It's not something I can ignore. Ah, そういうこと。こっちか。Not really. Really helps with drawing painterly stuff, gets rid of hesitation. Oh. Worth a try though. Definitely worth a try. Think less about the past and the future, maybe more about the present. Just being present. Oh, the warning is here too. Yes, yes. Why do we have wait? Why do we have 23 people here? What day is it today? I feel bad not having like something better to present. It's Wednesday, my dudes. I don't even know what the original meme was. And hopefully down the line we can plan out streams better. We have a stream that is just about doing studies of like a artist or something like that, but like a study goes for so long. It's like it's not. Yeah, we had this exact discussion like 70 streams ago. It's like if we have a study only have streams once a week, it's gonna take forever to finish that one study because it's not gonna be done in one stream. And then we did a limit test. The second stream was a test of the limit of how far we can go. Was it the first stream? And that wasn't too good. The results were not good. The results were like, I am poo-poo, it's gonna take forever to finish one. And then we did the Ifrit one, which took like 4 streams or so. And then I decided not to do it. But I'm just very bored by what's wrong with this. Why is it failing me though? Oh? Did it? Oh wait, I'm wrong the green direction, come on. Why is it not committed to one direction? Oh no, this is short man. The short sequence in the front. Hold on. Right, that's 2 problems. It implies passiveness? Yes, it does. This is a problem. That's why there was the wrong map in the first place. I'm still processing what I've been saying. I feel like Duvet asked a lot of good questions over like the past streams. One thing was about the burnout, which they do not remember asking, which I also don't know 100% if it is Duvet, but I feel like it is. The second one was the one about feeling discouraged, and that was on a Friday when Mia was here. But that's not the point. The point is I'm still, there's a lot of times I say something and then anything that I'm not sure of, it just gets stuck in my head and I'm constantly revisiting the thought to try and clarify. Everything I've planned about the character and drawing and whatnot makes sense. But there's an inherent passiveness to the whole process in that I have to be inspired. Because the goal is to keep the character and ideas consistent, and that would mean that it needs to fit that, you know, the activation criteria, which would mean that I'm kind of passive at waiting for inspiration, even if I actively go looking for them, right? And for a stream, that's not very good because it's not consistent. It means that I don't know what I'll be doing in the stream. Unless, you know, I have that idea that's already done, that is already generated. Which I don't know if can be generated. So it's not consistent, it's not good. So that's why we have the roadmap in the first place. The roadmap was there to keep us steady, to keep us going, so that even if we don't know what to do, there is something to do. So that means that the current plan is fine, but we still need to supplement it with some kind of a stop loss, where it's like, oh, you spend like 2 days trying to generate ideas, you have jack shit. Just go do this one study here. And then come back to idea generation after that. This would guarantee that at least, you know, something happens on stream. So that ties in back with like us being maybe going back to doing studies all of a sudden and then like leaving the studies all of a sudden. So now there's a little bit more logic behind it. Not that it's, I guess for me it's quite necessary. Having logic. Maybe things make sense. Don't really get rid of that part. Let's see, the red page is here. Bring it up maybe a little bit. Yeah. I find that if I don't talk to myself, if I don't think out loud, it's really very hard to process things. No, I don't think so, Kirio. Please do. Very interested. I'm trying to keep the original post and stuff, but I'm also trying to go away from it as much as possible. I don't want it to just be 100% copy. Let me push the legs out here instead. Oh, that will make it different. That will make it original. Uh, 何がしたいのか。単純に世界が見たいの。いろんな世界を見てみたい。やりのはあれじゃん。そんな変わんない。書けばいいじゃん。書けばいいの。 Like if you talk to yourself, it becomes a little bit easier to play the devil's advocate because you can hear yourself say things, and then you criticize what you're saying. It's like, you know, if I'm saying that I don't know what I want to do, then, you know, like, surely that's something that I want to do, right? Like I want to see my character in different worlds. I want to create my own world. And then the question becomes, why are you not just gonna do it? Why, like, you know, just do it, right? Like, what are you talking about? Why am I not doing it again? Because I think I like the skills. I think that is not false. That's not a false statement, but at the same time, it's not 100% true either. It's a matter of expectation and skill, right? But at the same time, the skill, I also like the skill in figuring out the idea itself. But that's not true either. Huh. First is there were no rules, just tools. I got this from Proco. If someone tells you don't use pitch dark cloud that much, there should be a reason for it. I see. I feel like the first half and the second half of the sentence don't fully fit together. The first one suggests that rules are not really a thing, whereas the second one is saying that there is this rule, but that there's a reason for it. That kind of is the vibe that I got. I don't know if I'm misinterpreting, but for sure, I don't think like rules, when someone says something, you should just follow it. I think art is flexible enough that if you have a vision, you should just do it. Even if it means like screwing up all the anatomy and doing everything. You know, if it expresses the idea you want to express, the feelings that you want to express, then that is the correct way to draw it for that one thing, right? Whether if people accept it, whether if people like it, whether if people want to see it and praise you for it, that's a separate issue. But if you're just here to express your ideas, then it should be that. So now turning back on myself, am I doing that? I don't know. Huh. It makes more sense as a concept. Oh, okay. For sure. Contact is important. They pitch that. I mean, why they tell you that you can try opposite first? Oh yeah, that's fair, right? Yeah. If someone tell you something, it's probably worth trying it out for yourself first. Wasn't that what Einstein was known to do? Like all his teachers hated him because he didn't take answers at face value. He wanted to prove it. He wanted to show that that is true. There was some story, like I used to read astronomy books. Astronomy, right? Astrology is the one with the star signs, yes. And there was that one thing about that. Still getting warnings, thank you. Cancel this. Then we just push straight, I think. And I'm very impressed that we're sticking at like 20 people-ish for so long. With basically next to nothing happening. I appreciate people being here. Even if you're just dropping by, taking a look. I don't have to define the body that much. Really, it doesn't matter. It's like this, right? So the sequence is up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It means it will be up, down. Always design, always compose. Ah, yes. I think that comes back to, yeah, the goal of the piece that you're trying to create. If it's just to study, then I guess it makes sense to copy. But even then, yeah, like if you need to understand the reference and then bring it back out instead of just doing shape by shape. Which is what I do a lot. But doing it that way, you don't remember anything, you don't understand. As next time you're still blank, like me, after 5 years. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Oh. The difficult hand pose if I'm trying to get the fingers to intertwine. An interesting challenge. Which I'm not really up for. No, it'll be down, right? It'll be this way. Be like this. Indeed. This hand is out of my skill level at the moment. We definitely need a reference for that. We're going for it. What is the goal here? I don't know. I guess I didn't have fun when I started. I just wanted to draw the hair. Which we kind of did, I suppose. Guess we'll just go through sketches. Thank you, Kirio. You're working. I know you're working really hard behind the scenes to get all the 3 rules translated into English. I very much appreciate you taking the time to do that. I know it's not easy because you want to get the nuance right, the meaning right. And this is not your native language, so it's gonna be a lot of back and forth. I can imagine that process. Yeah, please don't feel like there's any rush. Or even if you have to do it today, you know, you could even come back next time, or you can. You know what? I know you want to do it, so I shouldn't say that. We'll just be here patiently waiting for you. So, no worries. Yoink. Oh. Oh, but we never did finish that, but I don't guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, ideally we start with an idea and a vibe and a mood that we want to go for, and then we try to target it, but it's very hard to get anything satisfying out of that. Oh. So that's the other way where you're just trying everything. Anything that looks interesting you do. See where it takes you. If you like it, you keep it. Don't like it, forget about it. And then that works too. Free and easy. No fixed theming. Somewhat haphazard. Yes, that is true. And Fontaine does have the best music after all. And it's kind of close, I think. Fail. Check. Right. Knowing direction. Blame one Arknight's character for this. So if you write Love Letter, you don't need perfect rhyme. You need to send the best feelings. Same as arts. I guess that's I guess so you're trying to know what is it that you're trying to accomplish and then be more, I guess you draw with your feeling, right? You're not drawing with formulas. You're not drawing with just calculating colors, calculating lighting. Deliver the vibe that you want to deliver. I think this is a me problem, honestly. If this is what this rule that you have means. I'm just I've always been very analytical. When I see art, I see the technical aspects immediately. And I have to force myself to remove that thought and try to understand and feel the vibe. Sometimes. If it's very moody and stuff like that, I think it's fine. It's a lot easier to grab it, but if it's, say for example, this reference here, it's just a character illustration, then the mood doesn't come across naturally. I see it as individual lines and shapes and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, we're exceeding the bounds by a lot, actually. Hang on. This needs to be pulled back. Getting 3 sets of lines here that's messing up the evaluation. This one needs to go. Doesn't look too bad. Just screenshot it.でしょうかね。可能性はあるか。Oh, sorry. I happened to seeing to a try perfect lyrics. They're gotta say I can't really relate with that one. I'm not a good singer, but I get what you're trying to portray here. That has been like a really hard thing for me. To not just get caught up by all the technical problems and all the technical mistakes, and focus more on the vibe, the idea. What is this? I need to redraw this. Why am I failing the check again? That's a character check problem. Anyways, yeah, thank you for sharing, Kiryu. So the first one is understanding the rules that people put forth, right? Don't just follow it blindly. The second one is always be creative. Always be creating something. Always be designing, always be composing, always be using your own sort of creative brain. Dang, I'm not good with words today. The last one is understanding what you're trying to achieve. So what's the first one again? My monkey brain right now is not recording. Good thing like this week we have Good Friday. It's not the longest work week. So, うちの子です。この子のためにイラスト描いてるんで。すべてはこの子のためです。I don't have Easter Monday, bro. What are you talking about? You have Easter Monday? ありがとうございます。この子は、そうだね。昔、14年前ぐらい作った子です、この子は。ずっとそばにいたからね。なんか、恩返しでもいいんですけど、なんかそういう感じで命を与えたいのでね。そのために努力してます。お絵かきをするのが好きじゃないんで、好きじゃないんですよ、マジで。めんどくさ。この子がいなかったら絶対しないわ。We have 2 holidays? Come on, man. Why do you get... You got 2 holidays? Bro, dude. Alright, my company doesn't have it. We have Good Friday. And then Easter Monday is only for people in Montreal. You know what rhymes with Montreal? Vitriol. I'm just kidding. So we only get 3 days this weekend. Is statutory? What? It's not written in my... Okay, let me double check. No, HR didn't even send any email this week. Not even a week email about Friday. I don't know what they're doing. Where's my email, bro? Is it time to pass their HR? It's okay. I don't really mind too much. Whether if there is, there is. You go in, you put in your hours, you come back out, and then I stream. You know, come back to this second family we've got over here. Let's not copy the post exactly, actually. I like the... Okay, this sounds wrong, but I like the fact that the chest is very emphasized by the angle. You get that contour right there. But I don't really need the hand to go up. I also don't know what she's doing. What is she doing? Like the whole spiel about the chapter 3, 1, 2, 3 nonsense with my own story. She basically goes through like a lot of character changes from, let's say, before chapter 1, then chapter 1, then chapter 2, and then in chapter 3. And the whole part about chapter 3 is basically sort of regaining all the like human quote-unquote emotions that she's lost over the period, over the first 2 chapters. And I think to some extent it's kind of cringe. Like it's kind of like, oh, like you know, another co-character is trying to heal back. This is like own personal fantasy, blah blah blah. There's some legacy reasons for this. Is that when I first created a character, I didn't draw. I didn't know how to draw. I didn't know character creation, so I didn't think to put in any emotion or come up with any ideas. Like, and then over time, that kind of stuck and became the personality. The lack of personality became the personality, and so right now, even I don't really know what I want to get out of this. So it became, so chapter 3 is kind of like a journey of discovery where I'm also part of the story. I also have no idea where this is going. And so all that is to say that I don't know what expression she should be doing or what she's supposed to be doing at this point. I thought that since Fontaine music is playing, maybe she's just vibing to music, which kind of makes sense. But what is vibing to music? Anyways, hello Uni. Welcome Uni. Angle doesn't make sense, I think. I don't like this positioning. This is too much emotion, I think. Yes, I did. Where is it? Let me find it. Please don't crash, please don't crash, please don't crash. Thank you. This is the final form of it. My monkey brain is telling me something is still lacking, but I think that's just dopamine seeking behavior in terms of like I like high contrast stuff. I like very noisy, very textury, a lot of particles flying kind of vibe. And yeah, I could put in more flower petals. I feel like it lacks a foreground just because we pushed the flowers back a little bit. But I don't have a clear vision, so we could be spending hours and hours with no real clear results, so I'm just decided to move on for now. We'll do something better one day anyways. So this is how it's gonna be. Thank you very much, Uni. It's I guess it makes sense, right? Like being the artist, I see the so-called behind the scenes, which by behind the scene I mean like the feelings in my heart. And it's really messing up with the evaluation. I cannot see this illustration as it is. I see it with all the frustration and see it with all the regrets of not being able to do some of the stuff that I want to do. I don't know if this is what everyone feels. Hopefully one day I can overcome this, but yeah, it does have good atmosphere though. I very much like the blue stuff here. Oh, actually, is this the... Sorry, this is not the final one. My bad. I forgot the chromatic aberration on top. So the difference was this. Very minor. But if you look at the flowers at the bottom, there's a little bit more color to it. Hello, Akif. Hello, night to you too. Yes. Welcome, welcome. Where is there like a search of people today? I don't know. Is there... There's someone... Okay, option 1, right? YouTube algorithm decided to favor me today. Option 2, some of my friends decided to introduce to more of their friends. Option 3, I don't have any more options. I think that's kind of it. That's all I've got. Come on. Anyways, it's my popular face. Oh no. Oh shit, why did I draw years? That's cursed. No years. Let it be known that I only draw Camo Mimi, unless the character calls for it. You already have 1 set of years. Just commit to the animal years, bro. Why are people drawing 2 sets of years? If they need to wear glasses, just put it somehow, some other way. If they need to wear earpieces, just put it up there. Come on. I don't mean this in like an arrogant way, but I do think that this trend will continue. I have no intentions of stopping doing YouTube and doing art because, you know, I have to do this thing. And we're gonna be doing better and better stuff. For sure, at the very least, I should be improving. And then in the future, I want to make more videos. So, you know, all signs point to that this trend should continue. We're gonna do better things for sure. Things that's more worthy of people being here. Where should the chin be? Front? It's really helping me in time. I'm struggling drawing here if I'm never going anywhere. On behalf of the worst. Hello, Mizukine. Have I seen your name before? Damn, it's so weird to me that she is smiling. I just cannot... I don't know what makes sense. I cannot see it. I cannot feel it. I also don't know where this is going. Since we're kind of stuck, I'm just going to move on to something else. That was the angle that I liked. Of course. Welcome back. I need to get good. Get good or get lost, am I right? Yeah, let's go. Git? Git commit. Git push. Git good, git lost. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. Americaya. Hello. Hello. Damn, I love that meme. Hello. Oh yeah, walnut for like your weeklies. This artist is super talked out of their minds, bro. Their line work is so good. Wait, where did he go? What? How did I lose the artist? Oh, it's here, it's here. Like this link here. The line work is so good. Just look at the lines, like the brush they use. But anyways, what's that reference window, by the way? It's an application called PureRef. So the application itself is called PureRef. It's very convenient. It's free. And if you use this application and if you join the Discord server, you can get some of the references that I. Is it in the weeklies already? Why not? No, I'm just saying like as an interesting artist to study the style of. I think they have very good, interesting. Excuse me, like lines. Also, Akif, if you have the app and you join the Discord server, I am sharing some of the previous references, which are like huge reference boards of the reference I use on stream. If you want it, if you don't want it, that's fine. And it showing up on screen is just part of OBS capturing it, so that itself is nothing special. Hello, Yuko, welcome. But you're working right now too, and you're using VPN to watch. Damn. I'm not sure if this is worth missing work for, but I'll let you be the judge of that. Because yeah, I feel so bad. Like I'm just kind of here, being lost. Basically, I'm just kind of wandering around, and I have 20 people here watching me, spending their time, precious time. You know, you guys do know that the time you spend here, you're not getting back, right? You know, I don't do refunds. And, I mean, I'm not here to tell you what you think is worth your time or not, but I just find it very interesting. Ah, Russia. Very cool. Damn. I wish I had like pushed through with learning Russian all those years ago now. Oh, 10 years ago. I wanted to learn Russian. Honestly, learning Russian might be inevitable because a lot of the good sort of vibes that I like, it's like the Soviet era sort of buildings. Like the really sort of somewhat run down buildings and somewhat dystopian, just like rows and rows and rows and rows of like housing. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Uni. I'm afraid it didn't. Didn't quite scratch the itch. I spending my time here is less motivated to draw run very much on YouTube. That is probably the only thing I can offer. It's just an environment where I am drawing and yapping. Ideally less yapping, more drawing. But yeah, I'm glad you find it conducive. Because it could be better for sure in terms of the work environment. Yeah, Russian language is hard. I know like you guys have the grammar, the way you conjugate. Is it called conjugation? I don't even think it's called conjugation. They have that weird system where it changes depending on what you're trying to say, because they don't have particles and stuff. Make some progress the next time. Yeah. Yeah, if I can finish this illustration here, I will get the itch scratched, I think. I'm still being held by a lot of like self-imposed rules. Because finishing an illustration somewhat suggests that it's canon. But if I come up with the notation, we can mark it as non-canon, then I can be a little bit more free. And not worry too much about skewing like the character's story and stuff like that. Давай. Rush V. Здравствуйте. What else do I know? Привет. What else do I know? Русский я не понимаю. That's about it. По-английски. No, привет. I can read a little bit of the letters. I can still read a little bit of the letters, but most of it I've forgotten. Sometimes the continual itch makes it more motivated to draw as opposed to having the itch scratch. Yeah. For sure. Like, if you're a very imaginative person and you have all these ideas, I think that's like... It's both a blessing and a curse, right? Because if you have the skill to bring it to life, that's great. If you don't, it's a constant torment. of just seeing these ideas but not seeing them clear enough and not being able to visualize it enough and not being able to tell anyone about it. It's difficult. How do you make self-love drawing again? I feel like doing it makes myself hate it more and more. Yeah, welcome to the club, Akif. I've been facing this same problem just recently, actually just this week. We're like 70 something streams in, right? And the 70 streams are basically just studying, right? You're just doing things that it's not necessarily what you want to do. You might be able to see some connections, but I don't know. That's why right now I'm just kind of doing random sketches. I see a piece of art, there's something I like about it, whether if it's a style, the pose, the vibe, and whatnot, just do it. Just draw it, sketch it. And then like we have a few here, right? We have one of these here. Don't know what she's doing, she's kind of naked. But we like naked girls here. So it's all good. What else do we got? That's kind of it actually. We just kind of started this process. Yeah, art block. Why am I copying the hair? Art block could be an idea kind of thing. You run out of ideas of how you can make it better, or ideas for a specific theme or illustration. This does sound a little bit more like burnout because they're just tired of drawing. They don't find it fun anymore. Honestly, I feel like it's kind of impressive that I still haven't given up because I've never really found it that fun. I draw something and I feel bad about it. That's about it. But then I see someone else's art and I feel motivated and I come back and format myself some more. So yeah, maybe if you find more stuff that inspires you, that would help too. Part of it is also just being happy that you did something, anything that you're still working towards your goal. Yeah. For me, like finding this goal has been like the longest part. Like right now I'm speaking as though it's like a thing that has always been decided. But it took me so long to figure out what it is that I want to do, like with art. Actually, the whole reason, it's been kind of like it's kind of a long story. It's been a self-fulfilling prophecy, and that when I was young, I was like, people were like, oh, you should find out what you want to do in life. Then I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what I want to do in life. Let me find one. Oh, but I don't like this and I don't like that. And I got really depressed trying to find it. Right? You get really depressed trying to find something, which is not that easy to find. And I didn't have any life experience to really find, to have an answer, basically. So I got really depressed. And then eventually I came across this character. As to how this character came about, I think it's going to be a story that may never come to light, but eventually I got this character. And this character made me feel better about myself. And that's how I found what I want to do, is that this character that was there when I didn't have anything to do kind of helped me get through life. So now my goal in life is just to give this character life, basically. And but it's a very open-ended thing. I don't know what giving life to a character means. I know I wanted to draw, but what do I draw? Like, is the illustrations enough? Right? What if I'm not here anymore, right? Like, they're not really alive, stuff like that. This face is kinda... It's not squished enough, I think. Julius and the Vivian actually like it. That is the mental gymnastics skills that I do not have, Brett. I'm very good at bending my mind and thinking that it sucks. That I'm very good at. Got it. Must be a huge creative block. I don't know when I started, but it's been like 10 years since I felt like I chased nothing. I see. But if you feel like you have no improvement, that suggests that you're comparing yourself now to your past, and you're actively feeling like there's no improvement. That means there must be some, more tangible way to present that. Like, what exactly is it that you feel like it hasn't improved? Something like that, and maybe that's a good point to start. I'm sure you've done something similar already, to be honest, but something is checking. Something has been. Something has been checked. Nice size. Thank you, bro. Oh my god, Red, that sentence, I don't understand the sentence. Cock bros think of NTR as a highbrow activity. What's a highbrow activity? That's a new phrase, I've never heard of that. An activity generally considered sophisticated, cultured, and intellectually stimulating. Okay. Okay. Interesting. That is, that, okay. I mean, sure, I guess from their point of view, that kind of makes sense. I mean, I can't... god damn it. I was gonna say I can't say I've ever communicated with any cock bros before, but then I realized that there's this Japanese dude I met in real life who on the first day decided to tell us that he was into cuck. And anyways, is this topic allowed on YouTube? But anyways, what are we talking about? Got very sidetracked all of a sudden. Like, he was very verbal about that, and you know, he keep repeating it, and then he has a girlfriend in Japan, so I don't know what he was hinting at. You know, one might think that he was inviting, but I never confirmed, and I didn't want to touch the topic, so yes, Akif, it's the west coast of Canada. You know, the one city in the west coast of Canada that's worth remembering. I get throwing shade. Anyways, that's a very interesting individual. Very sophisticated dude. Yes, of course. Only the most sophisticated of that was the vibe that I was getting, but I didn't want to ask. Bro, she's not a car. Oh, dang, dude. Not yet, bro. Wait till you see. Wait till she sees this, and she'll want to be taken for a ride. What? What? Chill, bro. Chill. Car is car. That's fine, bro. Just take her for a spin. Just make sure you rotate the tires after that. What? What are we talking about? I don't have a lot of filters in terms of speaking. Like with regards to like stuff like this, I don't know if it's appropriate for YouTube. Everything should be marked as not for kids, but I don't want to get in trouble with the YouTube. Yeah, I'm getting major pay. The guy has since gone back to Japan, but he has made sure to invite me to say that, you know, if you ever join us, please let me know. I'll show you around. So I said yes, of course. Um, one day, man, one day. I'll update you guys if that ever happens. Actually, I was recently looking at the World Expo in Osaka, and that thing, the last time I was in Japan, it was like what, 1970s was it? And I went to that other expo building. Was it the expo building or was it just the mall? I can't remember, but it was pretty cool. So, you know, one's happening right now. Shouldn't I check it out? Was what I was thinking. But damn, flying halfway around the world. I don't like flying, man. I'm not like afraid of flying. I just don't like being in the environment of flying. And I get motion sickness pretty easily, so it's gonna be a rough journey. I admire people who can freaking work on freaking planes. Like, what? If I look at any screens, I'm almost guaranteed that I'm gonna get sick. Unless, you know, I have very good rest, which I do not. So, not sure if the age show demographics. I think it does, actually. At least was reported on their profiles, which, you know, dubious accuracy. So I'm gonna go to the washroom real quick. Oh my god, I'm changing up the way I write H2O every time. Is this even legible? Okay, that's not BRB, but it yeah, it's like H2O, where the 2 and the O kind of merge together. So it's like H2O, H2O. So it just becomes like this. Kind of cool, I guess. Kinda interesting. Oh my god, everything's out of character actually. But that's fine. I guess we just wait for checks to pass in the future. This is hard to visualize here. Let me think. What would be this? I don't have a seat. And this is insane. We're consistently over 20 people. I'm so confused. Okay, let's try doing something that I was doing before. Sorry, that didn't make any sense. I mean, it makes sense. Okay, yeah, I'm just digging this hole a lot deeper. It's gonna get very confusing. But Like previously I had a series of illustrations for my own character, and that's because this was actually supposed to be like the manga. So I was stuck between telling a story of manga or telling a story of illustrations. And I started with illustrations. That's why we have her waking up. And then sort of having this little guy here who's trying to lick the feet. I know, don't take things out of context. And then so she's like, oh, don't do this. And then she's trying to get dressed, and then the wolf's like bringing over like the hairbrush, like biting the hairbrush part, so it's got like saliva everything. Then she's like, oh, it should be the opposite, blah blah blah. And she's trying to put on her pants. So that's the whole series of this. But then after that, I decided I want to try manga, so it kind of stopped, and then we kind of had this interim one. Because I'm not supposed to be doing backgrounds. Back then, I've also decided to not do backgrounds, but then it stopped, right? Because the manga was supposed to go through, but didn't go through. And now that we're trying to go back to the original where it's just black and just white backgrounds, I kind of need like card. I need a word generator to come up with themes, and that would bring us something to do. Okay. How about just this? Pretty standard pose, trying to make a heart with the hand. Hello? Hello, Red. Are you okay? No sniffing and licking here, please. Is anyone here a doctor? We might need like medical assistance. Oh yeah, sorry. We have a little bit of a discussion about the. So, in summary, I'm feeling burnout from basically doing studies all the time, and since my studies is meant to work towards my own projects, which I've briefly gone over with the 3 different parts over here. And in order to do all of them, I need to have a little bit more consistent style and idea of my own character first. So doing a white background character only sort of art is the fastest way, efficient way to do it, because I'm not bothering with anything that's unnecessary. We do anatomy and clothing, that's the 2 hard parts. Even for the hair, we can kind of just mess around with a lot of messy shapes. So it would just be something like this. I know there's some questionable stuff in here right now, but this is the kind of the idea, right? So you have a lot. So that's why we're talking about white backgrounds. And then later on, I decided really that's not that important. If you have a background that we like, we can do a study of it, convert it to a full illustration, which is what happened here. So this was a study. The background was a study. The character was a self-insert. And then it led to this. And mind you, this was actually drawn under somewhat of a time pressure because I had to meet the deadline for Comic Cat for this one. So, all in all, like, even like 2 years, this was 2023, I think. It was also 2023 winter, so it's like a year and a half ago almost. And yeah, so, you know, it's not like I necessarily lack the skills, it's more of just in my heart, there's a lot of stuff that's tangled up that I can't let myself go. So that is also kind of what this is. Just doing a lot of my own character until things get a little bit loosened up. And then this is the goal, right? This is the goal here. So that brings us to all these, where we have a lot of characters. These artists draw a lot of characters in their own style. So there's a lot of references for each specific style. We can see the way that they answer problems such as how to do clothing, folds, like rendering, stuff like that. The poses will also naturally be a lot more dynamic because they're very good at anatomy. You get more top-down angles like this. It's kind of lewd, but that's not the point. More interesting poses like this, like why is she? What is this? Yeah, but anyways. And that's where we're kind of just getting some ideas from. And I guess we just go through some of the common tropes, right? Like, you know, hand, heart, mate, dress, kind of thing. Oh, actually now I'm getting ideas. Great. Come out. I need to do some quick planning now. It would help with like proper reference, I think. What should I do? Actually, we can even keep things simple and just do just the top half here. My planning skills is still poo-poo. I still don't know how to go from guidelines into thing. I have to draw head first. And this makes sense in terms of the chapter 3 nonsense, is that if we're trying to get her to sort of regain emotions and stuff like that, and do exploration, then it really is just about trying out a lot of different things. You know, putting her in different situations and putting her in different clothing, interacting with different people. Eventually down the line, I think it'd be cool if everyone, you know, if you guys want, we can have our own characters sort of interact and do illustrations of those, right? That would be interesting. Yeah, because the story that I want to write is not really a fictional story so much. It will be fictional, yes, but I want it to be based off of my personal human experience on this earth. So, you know, one way, you know, like it or not, I guess you guys are part of that already. And, you know, this is something that I will do. And, so eventually down the line, there should be some plans for that. But the only way I can justify bringing it out is that if it's stable enough, right? I don't want things to just change all of a sudden. So it takes some time to get there. But we should get there. Yeah. I think that's the norm, right? I don't know. Like, I think... What are OCs, right? I guess people... That's like the... that's like the OCs where it's just all your fetish, like, into one character. And then there's also the OCs where it's... I think that's a lot, probably, where it's just the person, because they're practicing art, they need to draw a character. And then they will just end up drawing some character, and then they end up drawing the same character over time. And then that become their OC. Some people might be more deliberate in figuring out something for themselves. Or a story. Maybe it's based off of an anime character that they like, that kind of stuff. I don't know. I think not putting a lot of time into a single character makes more sense. I think that's more natural to do, because you get to explore more things. I just have a slightly different situation where I didn't necessarily create this character. It's a story for another time, I suppose. Right, yeah. Okay. So the whole issue about like not being inspired enough to do things is kind of fixed now. I just need to come up with ideas like this. We just execute it, and then I don't even need to think too hard about how she'll react, because if I don't think she would, then she wouldn't, and that's it. We just wait for the next time, you know? It's not like we're only gonna draw the situation once in this entire sequence anyways. Yeah, I do have other characters too, and I do kind of want to draw them as well. But there's just a lot of emotions tied up in one thing. can really see down the line. Someone down the line is gonna complain that I'm not drawing the years properly because I'm flipping between like floppy years and standing ones. And I don't know if they're interchangeable like that. I feel like someone's gonna say something. We already got our first copy pasta from like that one YouTube short. Dokoda. Oh damn, I love this so much. Sorry for say this, but if you want to improv, you need to make your lines more smooth and more long. Also, you need to stop using the airbrush for things like the inside eye. Try to use a hard brush. Yeah, I love this. A legend. He got to claim the first spot. You know what? We keep the right ear like more straight. And then we'll do the left ear a little bit more collapsed because there is a cut in the ear. So I don't know. Maybe less structural integrity to justify our bullshit. Like for dogs, I like border collies as a breed. So I really like the floppy ears that they have. Where is that one check that I have? Where did I see it? Floppy ears are so good. Floppity boppity. Oh, actually this illustration never got cleared. It was actually being prepared for rendering. I never cleared it. And there was a lot of issue with this one because mostly was lighting. I don't know how to figure out the lighting. Because this outside was meant to be a city at night. I never figured out the lighting. I never figured out the perspective properly. And then I was doing some testing here. And it was too blue and whatnot. So I just didn't have good enough references. And I messed up the scaling on the wolf. So in the end, I just abandoned it. Oh. Why is the sequence still clear? Yeah, I don't have to think too much. Let's not think too much. That's not what we're here for today. Yeah, I like comfy vibes. I still like the skills to push everything into the bed. Sink everything into the bed. New rule. I think the years are physically not able to do this. Okay, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. Of course, Whatnot. Thanks for dropping by, listening to me. Yep. Same goes for like the, I don't know, like the probably like 40-50 people that were coming in and out. But good night. Oyasumi. Oyasumi, me. Why? Some of this. Some of this. Okay, body time. Go the sequence here. That means I do need a clothing design. Oh, Uni does it. Does it though? We've never left Fontaine. Wait, it's always Fontaine. Wait, this is all Fontaine? It always has been. Yes, this is all Fontaine. We're just underwater, you know. So it's very what do you even call this? Just kind of floating around in the water. Yummy, yummy. I need a maid dress thingy. Maid costume. Oh shit, that means more frills. Why am I doing this? Since we're doing random dress anyways, I might as well make it a little bit more crazy. What in the world is this? Oh yes, I haven't played a lot of this series of music, so it's probably why you haven't heard it too much. Sorry, what is that? League Cinematic and the Inspiration channel. League Cinematic and the Inspiration channel here. Sorry, I'm not very active in this server. Let me take a look. I don't think the sound will pipe through to Discord, so sorry, to OBS. I see. It's very, very cool, technically. I see. Maybe not, I think. Okay, I'm gonna dump the link here in this outside as well. If anybody wants to check out, sorry, I'm slowly, the tiredness is slowly creeping back in. And my thought process is slowly slowing down and getting very distracted. What was I gonna say? Right. I didn't. Okay, I quickly skimmed through it. I didn't do it justice. But the one thing that stood out to me was the number of styles that there is. I'm enjoying the fact that people are just like playing with styles more, and using that style itself as also a way to communicate something. I don't know if I've always been like this, but all these like more involved projects, like I guess only really cropped out recently. Yeah, thanks for sharing, Uni. I'm gonna do it justice so when I, you know, try to slack off for work tomorrow. I couldn't resist going and cause Gura did one song. I think it's called When I'm Gone. And when I first heard it, I was already thinking of like, yeah, this is gonna be that song that everybody comes back when the inevitable happens. And I couldn't resist the urge to listen to it at work. Now my work computer is recommending me VTubers. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I've only been listening to like English, more Japanese pop music. This one is really high quality. Oh, interesting. So there's a bit more history to that. Oh yeah, I'll see the body still. I don't have a good enough understanding, but that has always been accounted for. It's part of the plan. So nothing new, I guess. Just estimate accordingly. Copy that. Eat good copy. Right, yeah, for Made in Abyss, yeah. I recognize the name. I didn't hear the music just yet, so I didn't ruin it for myself yet. I just took a look at the cinematic, the animation stuff. And, yeah. If we're going for character illustration, I need to control the comp. We need to keep things centered. Then we're gonna do one more karaoke stream. Maybe everyone will be there. Everyone will be crying together. The announcement was very impactful. Yeah, bye. Yeah, I think she should be doing that, right? But she's not leaving because she's tired of doing the content. So maybe her old channel. That would be nice too. Yeah. She's still gonna be around, so more songs, more streams. Tentative. Okay, that means I have a proper set of sequences, so we can I can run this just fine. No existential crisis yet for the stream. Thank you very much. Cool, I get to try more shades. Yes, thank you, Kirio. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for chatting. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow, right? What day is today? God damn, I'm losing track. Oh. What would she look like if she's giving us a lead? Okay, okay. Nemui. Nemui de gozaru. Nare kore. It's one of those meme songs. I've seen this band before. I think it might ruin the vibe, so I just not do it. It's gonna be very loud and rowdy, I think, based on the vibes I'm getting. Yes, of course. So you go to the moon. Off balance. Off balance. Balance. Oh, a concert. Whose concert? Survive, said the prophet. A rock band. Sawaburo. SSTP. There's a Japanese rock band formed in Tokyo in 2011. They are incorporated under Sony Music. Well known for the hit 2019 single Mukanjo. The first opening of the anime Vinland Saga. Ah, okay. I didn't watch it. That explains it. Damn, that must be exciting. Concert. I've only been to one concert in my life, and my only regret was not like getting a set of ear plugs before I go. We were decently in the front, and we just so happened to be right in front of one of those like huge ass like speakers. So we were feeling the sound waves in through our bodies, and they were trying to project the sound all the way to the back of the hall. So that was really loud. Yeah, only one, and that was like 13 years ago. Right? Let me double check. Concert. Yeah, concert only once in my life. I don't like places that's loud and with a lot of people, so that's kind of both. But I did enjoy the atmosphere of the one time I was there. I mean, okay, if I ever get the chance, I want to go to One OK Rock. That's the one concert I want to. Oh, the second concert I want to go to is Coldplay, and that's it. Everything else, everybody else, I don't really know enough, I think. Oh, I would also like to go to one of those Miku ones. I'd love to go to a Vocaloid one. Five in the past, man. Oh my god. That's a couple of months. Oh, maybe I'll go to Kafu once as well. Kafu's worth going to. Huh. I guess I am interested in concerts. Even if it's loud and rowdy and crowded. And potentially a fire hazard. Potentially a stampede. There's no soul. Okay, so the control is off. So alignment is off. Just to be expected, I suppose. So it is front view. So we hold one eye and then we take the other one out to get alignment going. One OK Rock is somewhere. Yeah, One OK Rock. I've heard One OK Rock and Coldplay are like, they're really like electric sort of atmosphere. Also, One OK Rock song hit me really hard back when I first started VR chat. I felt something I never felt listening to the music, and that was the only one time I ever felt that emotion. And even then, that was also the only one instance, because I never got it again. I don't know what it is that I felt, but it was very special. And I was just in my room, so I would like to be in a concert hall. They mostly play newer. I like that stuff previous to them getting signed by. Oh, I see. I think I most likely am in the same boat then, because I've only listened to them on YouTube, and a lot of the stuff like what, Wasted Nights. Shit, what's the other one called? God damn it. Anyways, yeah, some of the songs I like is pretty old. I would like to listen to the classics. Did you just buy the ticket like normally? Because like all the VTuber events, they are like all lottery based. Like Niji Sanji had like this Christmas party thing that I tried lottering for when I was there in Japan, because it was Christmas. When I was there, and didn't get it. But in exchange, I got the early ticket for Comiket, and I got into Arknights as well. So I wasn't about to complain. I was pretty good with my luck when I was in Japan. So. Oh yeah, if anyone's going to the Osaka War Expo thing, I've heard from a Japanese friend that the toilets are all broken or something. So, I don't know, maybe don't drink too much water if you're there. I don't know why it's the thing. That's kind of funny. Because it was a mixed festival, yeah, as well. No, okay, I see. On the ticket to just a concert, they usually do lottery, yeah. I imagine, right? Dang. Yeah, I gotta get a new Japanese number, go there and stay for another couple of months. Okay, this failed the key. Thank you very much. I'm gonna cancel. Let's go back to this. Oh, Martin Garrix too, actually, for like electro EDM stuff. I don't know what genre his one is considered. Maybe house, electric house. Hmm. 2 hour, 3 hour long concert, just vibing out to music. To be honest, for a larger audience, I want to suggest seeing them at a festival. Ah, I see. Yeah, I guess that is what I want, right? Because if you're in the back of the hall, it isn't as magical, right? The atmosphere and the acoustics are not gonna be as nice. Ooh, standing area is free to enter. Oh yeah, that reminds me, like, you know, like there's like big music festivals that like in like Europe. That's like a Tomorrowland, right? And apparently one time they were held they were held in like an event where there were ways to sneak into the area, like through the sewers, and people were doing it. They had to put like a metal gate there to prevent people from getting in. It was wild. Anyway, Europe, man. Why did I come across that video? I don't even remember. It was just a random dude that's trying to sneak around security. It's trying to look like nonchalant right by the checkpoint where people are getting checked into the like to enter the gated area because that's where the bridge was, where the sewer was. It wasn't like a full-on sewer. It's just like a what's the technical term? A culvert, I think, like civil engineering term. Is that a culvert? Anyways, it's just like a water tube thing that goes underneath the bridge because the water needs to flow through it. But oh man, I'm kind of glad that I talked about some of the stuff on stream. I just get like random ideas. Sequence. This needs to be checked. Okay, what is this alignment under though? It would not be on the top, but the sequencing is very similar. Actually, at the end of the day, all of them are very similar. Let me pull it here then. It would be so ideas. So we would pull in BRC works, Store works, and Urban. Llama has 2 L's. Thank you very much. Last week, Mr. Yokohama, they live stream and I saw it out. The side of here. I thought what was stopping me from going. I was just standing. Oh, I see. Sorry, my brain is skipping words. They live streamed it outside near the river. Ah, I see. Yeah, it's probably just integrity. It really probably is just integrity, isn't it? Just Japanese people are very self-aware. Self-aware to a fault. Too harsh on themselves. Moraru. Moraru. Que nós. Yeah, actually, I just remember I have work tomorrow. Yum yum. I don't know what brought on this period of popularity. I enjoyed it while it lasted. Maybe I'll see you guys tomorrow again. Or maybe not, but I'm gonna be here regardless. This journey is a very long journey. And I have to do it for reasons, so... I'm gonna be here for a while. No, like people popping in and out is pretty normal, but having like a consistent view count above 15, and in fact we were over 20 for like a good 30 minutes to an hour, which was very surprising to me because we're not actually doing anything special, and compared to usual it's a lot more haphazard, to say the least. So probably just an algorithm thing. Maybe it's like with the shorts that I've been releasing recently, because we did get like 50 more subscribers from that. So maybe it's that. Maybe YouTube is like, oh, this channel is active again. Wow. Let's give them a second chance. I guess I'm gonna squander the second chance too, but anyways, plenty of time to get active again. 30 years down the line. Probably still doing some kind of creative work. Oh. Yeah, we could I mean, like, we have 70 streams worth of content. It's not like we don't have anything to compress and send out. It's just I don't think most of it is worth sending out. It's just junk. Just doing random stuff. Some of the eye renderings been before. I think that makes sense. We did one clothing rendering this week. That makes sense. Everything else... Ah, shit, I just got reminded we have studies that I never finished. That was the one with the key for the hair. More content. Then these years are big, out of proportion. I gotta put the cut again. Anyways, I'm probably gonna have to drop off for today. Continue tomorrow. At least we got an idea now. We're gonna go for drawing mate costumes, I guess, for the first one. I'll have her like put on the maid costume and be like, what the fuck is this? What am I wearing? And then render it. And then the next one. And then the next idea, and then render that. Okay, cool. Damn, I wish I can finish this. I still don't have the idea to finish this. Why did this clear check? But anyways, sorry for the messy stream. Thank you guys for coming and listening to me yep. I guess you hear me yet more tomorrow. So, good night. It's 1:30 a.m. Have a good one.